Well, thank you all for joining us. We have Chad Clark here with us, and he's going to talk about Chat GPT and AI. And so I'm going to let him take it away and fill us in.
Thank you. So
I'm on a
I
call
have
for
a
1 hour.
little background information about myself. So I am the owner of Brain Surge. It's a supplement company where we specialize in brain health. We sell on Amazon.com. And I'm also one of the co-chairs for the Solopreneurs from Plain County Chamber of Commerce. And this is actually a presentation that's a little bit based on one that I gave earlier in the year, April. I had to update it. I had to update it last night because some things changed on me. That's how quickly AI is moving. So what I'm going to talk a little bit about today is we'll go through kind of what's up and coming, the speed at which this is happening, some examples of AI you can use in your businesses. If you have a larger company, I'll talk a little bit about what's necessary to integrate more AI into a larger company. And then I'm gonna give some smaller, just some smaller things that I've seen that I really can't. There's nothing really cool to show, but I'll talk about that might be useful to other people. And then at the end, I'm gonna open this up for anybody asking any questions. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what is AI. AI, obviously artificial intelligence. But this is machines that have the ability to do some of the functions that the human brain can do. So right now, we really have what's called narrow AI. These are language translators. These are chatbots, image recognition. So most famously, ChatGPT. If you haven't heard, that's a lot of people when they talk about AI have now heard of ChatGPT. Um, it's based on language models. It doesn't do a lot of reasoning or assumptions. The level of creativity is low. It doesn't really build anything new, but it builds new things based on all the things that it's been fed and previously created by mankind, whether that's video, images, or text. The next generation of AI will be general AI. So this is kind of the goal that everybody wants. This is the AI assistant that has the ability to schedule things on your calendar. They they think creatively, so they would have the ability to create a painting or a new piece of music completely from scratch, without a lot of background knowledge. This is also the area where we get into computers that can relate to humans at an emotional level, not just responding to something you say, but would predict your emotional responses in a conversation or uh, in a conversation. Um, and then we have this is the super AI, right? This is what people talk about, end of the world kind of stuff. This is the AI has gotten so smart, it's smarter than every other human being on the planet. It is able to manipulate and control. This is the Terminator scenario. So if you're all familiar with the Terminator movies, an AI becomes aware, becomes super intelligent beyond the understanding of mankind, takes over all of the nuclear weapons and missiles and ships, and then just wipes most of humanity from the planet. Um, we're way, way off from either of those happening. And there's evidence that the singularity, even if it ever did occur, we will not enter the Terminator scenario. So if you were worried about that, you can relax a bit. So, the question is, why should I be using artificial intelligence in my business? Well, these are really good question, right? So time savings, right? Um, you've got repetitive tasks that you do on a daily basis: data entry, scheduling, customer service inquiries. Um, if you had something that could take care of all of that for you, you could focus on higher value activities, providing more benefit to your business, right? Along with cost savings. If you are starting up a small business, it's expensive to hire additional staff to do those kinds of activities, marketing, HR, sales, logistics. But if you can start off those companies with an artificial intelligence to manage some of that, that takes off a lot of work off a business owner's hands to start making sure that they've got sales in place, contacts, and focusing on the human relationships that a business requires to thrive and grow. And then we've got, improved customer experience. AI chatbots and virtual assistants can provide 24-hour, seven day a week support to your customers. We've seen that just improves customer experience, and it improves customer satisfaction with any business they interact with. And then better decision making, right? AI has the ability to help you analyze vast amounts of data. They are natural at identifying patterns over time that humans just don't see because we just can't hold that kind of information in our heads. And they can help us make better data-driven decisions, right? And then you need them because it's a competitive advantage. By leveraging AI, you can stay ahead of your competition and provide better products and services to your customers, because I can guarantee you that your competitors will be implementing these to help them. You need to be at least on an even playing field, and the earlier you can get in gives you a better advantage. So I want to talk a little bit about a technology sigmoid curve. So every technological advancement starts with is mapped over what's called a technological curve. Now the x-axis here at the bottom is time, and the y-axis is the speed at which the new technological advances are generated. So this technology sigmoid curve is the one I'm going to talk about here. This is the last one that we had. It started with Napster in 1999. Now, if you're not old enough to know what Napster was, this was a distributed computing platform that allowed people to upload digital music files. That was revolutionary for two reasons. One, nobody had a publicly available distributed computing network, meaning there was no one server that somebody could take down. Individual users set up the Napster software, and you could download from multiple locations from across the United States with the best ping rates, which reduced the cost of data transmission. It was also the first time that you could find music files in a digital format. Before that, I'm sure everybody remembers buying a CD, a compact disc, for $20 with 15 to 20 songs on it, and you really wanted one or two songs because the other songs were just crap and filler. So Napster really changed that. This was the beginning of a series of changes. Once you had digital files of music, you started to get libraries. You needed a flash drive to move them about. Wikipedia began. We mapped the human genome. We got Google and Facebook in 2004. Now we could share those music files and talk about them. Google Maps and YouTube. Video was now synonymous across the world. Smartphones. Smartphones in 2007, it was not the start of smartphones, but it was really the kickoff that started all of those applications that began on the first smartphones. We wanted to listen to music. They added music to smartphones. The Large Hadron Collider, Uber, and Bitcoin. Now you could use your phone to call a taxi. You could pay for it with a digital currency. The Mars Curiosity rover, driverless cars, CRISPR, which is a tool to edit genetic sequences to change the very fabric of our DNA to remove diseases or make modifications. Atlas was rolled out. If you don't know what Atlas is the first humanoid robot with the ability to walk, jump, roll, stand up if it falls over. If you haven't seen a robot, the Atlas robot lately, I would highly recommend you go take a look at YouTube at what they're doing. Multi-use rockets could land back down on the Earth, home virtual reality, and then 3D printing. In 2018, 3D printing was already out there, but the big milestone was we now have the ability to print in metal. If you've ever seen Tesla's gigafactories, they have three gigantic, basically digital printers that print car parts out of metal. So what does this all have to do with AI? Well, this is the platform for the next sigmoid curve. And can you guess what the new Napster is? ChatGPT. So this is the new Napster. This is the beginning. A little bit earlier, before everybody had jumped on, I was talking a little bit to Ashley about the speed at which the speed at which AI is occurring. There have been a lot of new AI in 2023, and the technological innovations that are happening are so fast, most people can't keep up with them. I didn't put them on here because there was enough room to put all the new advancements that have occurred within the last 2 years. Um, I just saw we had an AI design a brand new jet engine. They 3D printed it out of metal because there was no way in the design to manufacture it as parts and assemble it. So they 3D printed it. And this thing is 20% more efficient in using jet fuel. So without the AI's ability to understand aeronautics, without the ability to print in metal, that simply wouldn't exist. And that's something that just came out this year. So who knows? In the future, you'll be flying on jets that use AI designed engines. So let's talk a little bit about Midjourney. So Midjourney is a software package that allows you to generate photorealistic images based on text prompts. If you're not familiar, I always bring this one up because I want everybody to really understand how quickly the capabilities of an AI can improve, and it's really kind of astonishing, and I hope you understand it with this example. So this not mine, but this was a prompt was generated for this muscular barbarian with weapon beside CRT television set. CRTs, for those of you who weren't around before flat screen TVs, catheter ray tubes are what we had, what you see in older movies. Make it cinematic and give me some studio lighting. This was the prompt. And in July 25th, 2022, this is what it generated. So not quite what we really asked for. This guy looks kind of a bit like a little plastic toy standing next to what I would call a console television, not really a CRT. This image in the upper right, that's kind of a CRT monitor. That's right. Okay, this looks like a badly designed toy. Its proportions are a little bizarre. And this guy looks like he's holding a gun sword. I don't know. It's got a handle in the front. It's a little bizarre. But November 5th, 2022, a new version came out, version 4. They reran this prompt, and this is what it generated next. Not bad, but it still looks a little cartoony. Sometimes if you look real close at the hands, some of the hands, they have the wrong number of fingers or the wrong numbers of toes. This guy has 3 toes on each foot. And then in March 16th of 2023, now when you run this prompt, this is what you get. This is how fast the technology is evolving from something that looks a little weird to something photorealistic from a bizarre prompt, right? So let me show you what was generated. I did this in April to make you understand the capabilities. In this shot, we see a girl staring through a window. What's really astounding is Midjourney was able to create the reflections on the glass sitting in the window in front of her. None of this is real. None of this is composite. This is all generated by Midjourney. This isn't multiple pictures merged together. This is a text prompt that generated this image. I'm sorry. I kind of like the world that Midjourney lives in, because this is probably a better looking burger than anything I've ever get from McDonald's. this image really kind of impressed me because you'll see a couple of things. The lighting is all from the same direction, from kind of in behind through these glass windows. And in like a photo you would take, the man right here and the flowers around him are very clear, and on the outside of it, it's kind of blurry where you haven't focused your lens on your camera. I mean, that was really kind of astounding that it understood enough from my prompt to be able to generate that. And then I went for something a little wacky. I just wanted a little old man uh, dressed in clown makeup on a subway, and it did a pretty darn good job. I mean, not that I would sit next to him if I was on the subway, but not bad, not bad at all. So let's talk about some of the programs. So Hootsuite, I used to have Hootsuite. It was pretty good when it was a lot cheaper. Now it's $99 a month. So if you've got a larger company and you want to schedule, generate, and publish social media, this is the tool that your company should probably be using. It measures customer engagement, so it watches the social media activity. It uses insights about your audience and engagement and sentiment trends, and reports all that back to you in easy to read graphs, and then makes suggestions on how to improve your readability, your engagement. I mean, it's really kind of astounding. And Owly Writer is another AI within the Hootsuite tool set that can generate all of these things: copy, social media posts, content. If you wanted to go out and say, okay, the prompt is create content for every national holiday in America, it will go through and create something for the 4th of July, Easter, Labor Day, Christmas. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and these tools just continue to get better and better. Canva. Okay, this is a tool that I use. It itself is not artificial intelligence. It has artificial intelligence tools within it. You can use those tools to help you generate animations, content. If you want to create something for, you want to create a birthday card, ask it to write. Yeah, I want to wish my brother a happy birthday for his 40th birthday, and make it really upbeat, and it will change the writing to match what your prompt request is, and then that can be inserted into whatever content that you're trying to generate in Canva. Uh, Synthesia. This is really kind of astounding. So Synthesia provides digital avatars. So every one of these pictures, none of these people are real. Every single one of these was generated by an AI program. Okay, and you can actually see in these two images, the face is very similar. They changed the clothes. The eyebrows are a little bit different. The way the mouth sits on the face, the hair is a little bit different. But they will provide for you avatars. Now, you can either choose an avatar that they provide, or you can send in pictures of either yourself or someone else, and they will generate an avatar for you. Now, I'm going to try to show you an example of this. Let's go into, okay. Now, I have to ask, and actually, if we need to unmute people, can you guys hear her talk in this video?
No, right now we just see you.
We just, let's try this.
All right, now we can see synthesia.
It's not an easy word to say. But,
Yeah.
can you guys hear her at all?
Yeah, we can see her but can't hear her.
Okay.
Do you need to share the sound, Chad?
This is not my. I don't use this often. Can I share the sound?
Yeah, when you share your screen, it should come up with like make sure to share sound. So you may have to unshare.
Here we go. Hear her talk in this video.
I'm Alex, and this is what an AI avatar
We
looks
just-
and sounds like. Create a free AI video and see for yourself.
Let's try this. So I've gone through some of these, through a number of these, and they all sound really good. And even when using your
not
picture,
an easy word
your
to say,
video to
but,
create these avatars,
Can you guys hear her at all?
you can also have it pick up your voice. So it's,
Yeah, we heard her.
and it sounds and looks exactly like you, which is just, I think, really, really impressive. I'm gonna show you a little bit magic edit. Okay.
You need to share your screen again, I think.
Here we go. Okay. Can you see magic edit now?
We see voice AI.
God, I hate this thing. Okay, here we go. Good. And even when using your picture, your video to create these avatars, this will take a source video. You can also have it pick up your voice. You can give it a prompt, and it will change your video. It sounds and looks into whatever the prompt is. So this one turned it into like a living really doll cartoon. This one added a little bit magic edit. Turned this poor little dog into a tiger. And then what really impresses me about this one is this has the ability to fill in video that doesn't exist. Okay. Can you see magic edit now? Absolutely is astonishing. So these glasses that they added in here, I mean, it's flawless. If you didn't know that the glasses didn't exist. Okay. Here we go. I would wonder what genetic.
Chad, just real quick. There's like an overlap, so I don't know if you have a voice thing on.
This will take a source video. You can give it a prompt, and it will change your video.
Yeah, so it's like
into whatever the prompt is.
Copying what you're saying.
That's weird.
I don't know if anybody else is hearing it, but I know I was.
Sorry.
No,
Same
you're
here.
good.
Yeah.
It's your voice AI catching up on you.
I don't have it turned on. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be broadcasting.
After you left, it quit, so it's good.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to show more to that real quick. So here we have it in a loop. So you can see where overlap. His legs didn't exist in this video before. Not only that, let me first ask, am I showing what I think I'm showing? It's the magic edit on the left, the dog and the tiger in the middle. Okay, I'm seeing nodding heads. Good. Not only did it pick up the lighting, I don't have it turned on. A shadow. It shouldn't be. Even the road didn't exist. So it created a road, shadow, and lighting on legs that did not I just exist, wanted to show and matched up to the shorts to the video. I mean, it's absolutely astounding. Now, if you ever get a chance, go to Magic Edit. You can see, you can add all kinds of crazy stuff. You can change where the video is happening. I think there's one down here. There's a motorcycle in a loop. So you can see where this one, his legs didn't turn a video into before. This one is not only that moving around a table. Let me first ask, am I showing what I think I'm showing? It's there's one down here. I love this. Edit on the left. Change your source video. The tiger in the motorcycle. The original video on the left. Yes. Not only did it pick up
doing it again.
The lighting.
So I don't know if
created
now
a shadow.
You're not using a sound.
Even the road didn't exist.
Take the sound. Don't
so
share
it created
your sound,
a road,
but you're sharing
shadow, and light. Okay.
Because then at first it was fine, and then you started talking, and then it was hard to decipher which one. you were talking about.
Okay, how's this? Is it sharing sound again? Are we good?
I think we're good right now.
We're good now? Okay.
Sounds like
Acquire
it
Chad's.
records you and starts playing it in a like after. So what you said for a minute, and then it's replaying it on top of what you're saying.
That is
It's
really
really odd.
strange.
Yeah,
I've
it
never
happens both
seen that.
times.
I've never seen that. Well, then if I have to show sound, then I will not speak.
I'll have to
So
hear
this is very
acquire
cool.
Chad's.
Oh
Acquire
God,
Chad Clark's.
you
Yeah.
don't want to hear that. Trust me. I don't sing, and there's a reason for that. So, in the source video, he's driving through the woods. The prompt drops him into the ocean, and it looks like he's really in the ocean. I mean, it's astonishing at how well some of these video replacements are. And like I said, if you remember to what I was saying in the demonstrations of the images in Midjourney, this is just the beginning. Give this another 6 months, another 9 months, another year, and it will be utterly and completely seamless, right? All right, so let me go to, I just want to talk about a few other AI. So we talked about Midjourney. I want to talk a little about DALL-E and Leonardo AI. These are also image generators. They just put so Midjourney you now have to pay for. So it was free, and it's kind of the trend that we're seeing as these AI tools become more popular. There's a lot of time there's a free version, and then there's a paid version. On some of these, they're just going to a paid model. So that's what has happened to Midjourney. DALL-E, up until a few weeks ago, was free. I just discovered that you now have to purchase tokens. So with AI, you're going to hear a lot of talk around tokens. So a token may get you a single token may get you 60 seconds of a video, or 125 words in a prompt. But you're going to start hearing about tokens because they're not translating dollars into length of time or number of characters. So they're kind of trying to abstract it into this tokenization. So you're going to hear a lot about that as AI goes more towards a paid model. Leonardo is still free. And technically speaking, you can still use DALL-E, and I'm going to show you how to do that. If you use Bing, does anybody use Bing Chat? If you don't, I'm going to show you how you can. So if you go over to Bing and you type bing.com/chat, okay? This will, here we go. Okay, if you go into Bing, type in bing.com/chat and type in your prompt. And I did this one earlier today. So I said, create an image. What you want is you want to choose more creative, because that's the conversational style, and tell it to create an image of photorealistic, whatever you want. I said, robotic android searching abandoned city for supplies, and it generated these 4 images for me. So powered by DALL-E at no charge. So right now you can use DALL-E through Bing for no price. Now I'm kind of curious if I just add a dog companion to the Android, and immediately it starts generating the image behind the scenes. You always get 4. That's kind of the, I think Midjourney started that. DALL-E followed. Leonardo AI does the same thing. You always get 4 images that you get to pick from. And of course, because I'm not using the paid model, it's going to take a little bit longer, right? Because I'm not paying money for the premium service. And there we go. It added. This is interesting. This one took a little bit different take. This took the dog apparently is owned by a little human girl who comes upon the robot, but the rest of these, the dog is found as this little robot guy is walking around. So lots of powerful tools that you can use if you need to generate any kind of content through images for your business or your personal use, right? All right, let's go back. I apologize. I wish there was a better way to jump through these back and forth. I did really try to put these into the PowerPoint presentation, but there was no way to get them in there that looked really good. So Claude AI, very similar to GPT, Chat GPT. It is it's trained on a much larger data set, and it handles larger word files. So ChatGPT right now can take about a 12,000 word document or book and do something with it. Claude AI can take up to 75,000. Am I sharing my screen? Does
No,
everybody see
I was
this?
just gonna tell you. I mean, we see you.
I don't want to show. I want to show me. I want you guys to see. Okay. We back to the PowerPoint presentation.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. There we go. So you could what I like to use Claude AI for if there's like a really large article, or there's a really scientific article that I'm reading. What I put in is on this document, I want you to summarize the important points. Tell me why I should care about this, and I want you to write it in a way that's easy enough for a 5-year-old to understand. Go out, play with it, use that prompt, and you'll be astounded at it takes very complex concepts, and I'm not going to say it dumbs it down, but it creates some very some fantastic wording and analogies to explain very difficult concepts so that you can understand them. I really go out and give it a chance. Perplexity, great software tool for summarizing web content. So if you're looking at new software for your company, or you want a digital book and you want to summarize the highlights of it, Perplexity does that very well. Taplio, this is relatively new to me, but Taplio actually helps you build your brand on LinkedIn. This thing will create viral posts and image carousels that link to your articles and previous posts. It will show you new followers. It will show you which of your posts generated the most views. So it gives you a little more detailed feedback on what's happening with your LinkedIn post, with the idea that you're using LinkedIn to build your brand. So I'm going to play quite a bit more with that one. 11 Labs. This is you can generate voice and voice from any text in your voice, right? This one you're not allowed to train other people, so you have to give it a sample. It starts with a video with your voice. You have to kind of prove it out. Not that you can't fake that kind of stuff, but if you don't like speaking on camera, if you don't like speaking in a video, you can train this thing to use your voice. You put in your text prompt, and it will just say everything that you want the video to say. Adobe Firefly. So Adobe Firefly now has, again, it's not AI, but it's another tool that has started to incorporate artificial intelligence into it. So say you have a picture of a man and you want to put an ice cream cone in his hand, but he's not holding an ice cream cone right now. You can circle the hand, put in the text prompt, make him hold an ice cream cone, and it will change the image. Not only will it change the image, it'll give you like 10 different options. And as long as you just keep hitting the left and right buttons, you can cycle through all the different versions that it generates for you. It's really kind of impressive. Feedly. So this is another one I'm a little bit new to that I've started using, but this will search out articles, videos, blog posts that it thinks that you're interested in. So you do give it a little bit of a start. Say, I want information about uh, artificial intelligence and the latest in computer graphics design, and it will go out and every day it will bring you additional articles in a feed. But then you train it. So as it brings up an article, maybe it brings it something about this movie star, and I'm like, I'm not really interested in that. There's a little button that says less like this. And as you click things that are less like this, it removes those from your curation. Maybe I see something that says, hey, this new AI thing is going to make your life better. Here's what it does. You click on the more like this button, and it trains the AI to bring more things like that into your feed. So the longer you use it, the better it becomes, quite frankly. My mind, this is an interesting one. So my mind is it's an app. It's on your phone. It's on your computer, but you can take private notes, save to it images that that inspire you or catch your eye, products that you like, quotes or highlights that you find while you're surfing, or maybe an article or a bookmark or a web clipping, and you add them all to this knowledge base, and it curates all of these things for you, so that when you go back to them, because we've all have those moments where, oh, I got to jot this one note down. Well, you drop it into my mind, you drop that note in, and it will begin to think about the things that you need to do to make those happen, or things that you're working on that might be associated with the thing that you just dropped into my mind. So I just started playing around with that one. I thought that was pretty interesting. OneDrive. So again, not an AI program, but they have added artificial intelligence tools into OneDrive. You can now generate any type of Microsoft document you can think of from a text prompt. So you want an Excel file, and you have a small bit of data that somebody sent to you in an email. You can go into OneDrive, say, I want you to create a bar chart based on this information that I'm going to paste in, and you paste it in, and it creates an Excel document with the data you just pasted into the prompt window, and then it generates a bar chart or pie chart in the Excel document, and then saves it on your OneDrive. You can do this for any kind of document. I think I just saw they're adding it so you can create songs based on prompts. It's kind of crazy what they're adding into it. But here's the big one, right? So things that ChatGPT will do, right? It'll write you a book. You generate product or company names. You can create songs or poetry with this thing. If you ever get a chance, the 3.5 version is free. Go in, and the next time you have a party or event, tell it what the party or event is. Tell it the number of people that are going to be at the event, and if there's any kind of theming, and it will lay out a list of everything you need to do in the order. It's just kind of absolutely spectacular. As I said, I was talking to some folks earlier. I'm writing an AI assistant in the Python programming language. I have never written anything in the Python programming language, but I have a background in software development. I just went into ChatGPT, and to start the whole damn thing off, I just asked it to create me a software program in Python to start me with an artificial intelligence that could understand my voice and then talk back to me. And it generated it in about 2 seconds flat. I had to go in and clean it up a little bit, but for the most part, it works pretty well. If you're creating a new product for your company, new product launch, you can use it to create new stories for your products. I mean, it's really kind of astounding, the capabilities. Now, what I haven't gone into, which is equally impressive, and I just want to talk about a couple of these, is there is now a category of plugins in Chrome just for ChatGPT. Okay. So if we have any realtors on the call today, there is one specifically for realtors. It will help you generate postings for any of the homes that you want to sell, including generating all of the content, the rooms, the look, the feel of the home. It will help you arrange the photos in whatever social media platform you want to post it in. It's so if there are any realtors on the group, or you know somebody, have them check that out. One of the things that has always been a limitation to ChatGPT is the database that it's trained on only goes up to 2021. So if you asked it today who the ruler of Great Britain is, it would tell you Queen Elizabeth. It is not aware that she passed away. So what you can do is there's a plugin called Web Chat GPT. This will connect ChatGPT directly into Google and bring its language model up to date as of today. So if you go into that and you ask who the ruler of Great Britain is, it will correctly tell you King Charles. You can use it to do research on your competitors, do research on new products, do research on what customers are looking for in your particular business domain. I would highly recommend, if you're using ChatGPT, add that plugin. Okay. A fun one is called Playlist AI. Now, Playlist it does exactly what it tells you. So say I want music for a Halloween party. It will create a list, and then it will give you a link that will take you into Spotify that has all of those songs listed, and you can play it right there. I mean, it's that integrated. If you've ever wanted to create a workout plan, or you're thinking about going to the gym and you're just like, oh, there's all these workout plans and I don't know what to do, there's a plugin for ChatGPT called a workout generator. You simply ask it to create a workout plan, you give it your fitness level, your age, and your goals, and it will generate a fitness plan. Not only that, it will give you the exercises, how many exercises to do. And then for each exercise, it will give you a little video that shows you how to do the exercise. I mean, it's kind of, I'm still playing with it, but it's kind of astounding. And then the last one has got to be my favorite, right? If you've used ChatGPT for any length of time, you type and you type and you type and you type. This plugin is called Talk to ChatGPT. My ChatGPT now talks to me and I talk to it. So you plug this in, and you do have to enunciate. So be aware of your elocution. The other day I was looking for a place to eat in Champaign, and there's a place called the Aspen Tap and Ale House. And apparently I did not correctly enunciate, because it assumed that I had asked about the Aspen Tap and aliens in the house, which then told me about the Aspen Tap House, or Aspen Tap and Ale House, and then wasn't sure if aliens were real, and then gave me a little dissertation on the evidence that the U.S. government had recently given in news briefings. So do make sure that you're clear and you enunciate, and you could choose what voice it uses. I like to use an older British gentleman, because it sounds a little bit like Jarvis from Iron Man, and I'm kind of nerdy like that. So how do you proceed? So identify your business objectives first, right? Understand what your aims are and what you want to achieve by implementing an AI tool. Are you looking to improve customer service? Are you automating repetitive tasks? Are you driving sales? Your objective will guide your integration process. And then if it's not just you, right, you need to assemble a team in your company. So you'll need probably somebody from IT, somebody from your business area. If you have a large enough IT department that you have a data scientist, you really need a multidisciplinary team that's going to ensure that these AI projects align both with your technological and your business needs, right? Then you're going to choose your tools, right? You're going to research your various AI tools and platforms to meet those objectives. So what you're looking for is scalability, ease of use, You're looking for strong vendor support, and you're looking for low cost. And as far as software costs go, most of these platforms are $20 a month, $99 a month for a larger company. That's peanuts for the people who are going to use it, but something to take into account. Then you're going to establish yourself a pilot test, right? So start with a small scale pilot to validate that the chosen AI solution is actually working. And then you're going to want to monitor those performance metrics and gather feedback. If there's some key performance indicators, you're going to measure to those as well to see if these tools are actually meeting your needs, saving you money, improving the customer experience. And then based on those pilot results, you're going to refine and optimize those tools, right? Maybe you have to refine the model. You have to optimize the algorithm, but make the necessary improvements to better meet whatever that business objective is. So once that pilot phase is successful, you're looking at your full scale implementation, right? So that could mean deploying the AI tools across an entire department, integrating with existing software, rolling it out to a customer, or maybe it's something that the entire company is going to use. So some training is necessary. So the next step, of course, you want to train your staff in how to use those AI tools. You're going to use the feedback that pilot group gave you on best practices. You want to document those best practices and make sure that makes it into any kind of training, or how to training that you're going to give your staff. But you also want to make sure that staff understand how to interpret the data and what the insights that are generated by those AI tools are, because sometimes they can be a little strange. And you need to know the limits of that AI. And then as the tool continues, you want to continue and monitor those AI systems for performance, accuracy, reliability. They keep updating them, so you want to make sure that your implementation is updated based on your evolving business needs and what the technology trends. Maybe the AI is great for you now, but something comes out that's better that you don't need anymore. So to do this, you're going to need a series of skills. And I would say I could probably do an entire session on prompt engineering. If you're going to use AI tools, I highly recommend that you go out to YouTube and you look up prompt engineering videos and become familiarized with the tool you're looking for, that you're looking to use. The prompt engineering is probably one of the biggest skill sets for managing and getting good data or results out of AI. It's absolutely necessary. It's a little bit like the old adage in the computer world. We use this term GIGO, so garbage in, garbage out. If your prompts are terrible, the responses you're going to get from your AI are going to be terrible. So you really need to understand how to talk to your AI. And in the future, data storytelling and visualization. We have gone so much more to video and short clips, short bites. It's what people respond to. You need to understand how to tell a story with that data that AI returns, and how to turn that into some kind of visualization that really drives your message home with video and sound. There is some creative AI thinking involved, right? Every day I'm reading about different ways to use the AI tools that I'm already using, not because there's new functionality in it, but I just didn't think about using it in a particular way. So be on the lookout for creative ways to use the AI tools that you're using. AI business strategies and implementation. You really need to think long and hard about how and what you're going to implement. You need a strategy before you start. It's incredibly important because there are so many AI tools out there. Focus on one at a time. Project management. So some of you know I do some project management consulting. Many of the tools that I use are now being equipped with AI tools to help plan and schedule. It's really helpful. You have to understand natural language processing. So how does the AI process human language? This will better help you understand how AI will react to the prompts that you're going to give it. Curiosity and continuous learning. These things are happening so fast. You know, give yourself, 1 hour a week to hit a couple of topics. But if you're like me, it's probably be more than an hour a week because you go down the rabbit hole as so many of us do when we're on the internet. We don't give ourselves a time limit. And then do understand AI's limitations, right? It's not going to replace a human yet. The accuracy has improved, but it still gets a lot of things wrong, right? I've seen people try to use AI to write historical books. There's a couple of famous examples of somebody who wrote a book on Lincoln and General Grant, and these experts went into it, and it was just riddled with errors. So that's not really the strength right now of AI. It's getting better. The accuracy is increasing. But what you're looking for is understand where there are limitations, right? So that's all I've got today. We've got about 8 minutes left. I would open this up to anybody else. Oh, sorry, there were some chats. Okay, so Gabrielle, can you show how to plan an event? Okay, I'm assuming through ChatGPT. So let's go. I will show you my ChatGPT. Okay, so give me a list. Okay, can everybody? I can't. Where did everybody go?
No, you're good. We can see it.
You can see it. Okay, give me a list of things to do to host a Halloween party, or say 30 adults. What I want to do is I'm going to start a new chat. Okay. There is a tendency when you start a chat with ChatGPT, you don't want it to remember all the history of all the other things that you've talked about. You want to focus very specifically on the thing that you needed to focus on. So let's start with this. So, I mean, it's going through music, food, the location, invitations, setting the time and date for the party. And then, of course, after the party, you got to clean up. And then at any point in time, you could tell it to stop. You could tell it to stop generating. Okay, so now we can go back. Holy cow, right? Set the date and time, budget, theme, venue, invitations, RSVP, ideas for decorations. Now, what you can really go down the rabbit hole on this is now you can pick out, maybe you just want create a playlist of spooky So you could go down the rabbit hole as far as you wanted to. So I'm going to say stop generating. So just the songs I asked for in the party, and I can always go back up. I'm like, okay, I've got the songs, lighting, custom contests for games activities. Suggest some murder mystery game themes. Put that in. It'll generate. Give me 50 trivia questions with Halloween or horror themed questions. It'll generate that. And within no time at all, you've got everything done for your party. Your checklist of everything needs to happen. Themed cocktails like witch's brew or zombie blood. You could drop in, give me some suggestions for the ingredients in a witch's brew cocktail. It will generate that. So that's kind of how you can use this to plan. And this is just planning a Halloween party. If you have to plan a corporate event, it will do that too, with all the detailed list of everything that needs to be done. I mean, it's start playing with it. Use the free version that's out there, 3.5, and just get your hands into it, and you'd be amazed at the kinds of things that it will come up with. We got 3 minutes. We want to open it up, take everybody off mute. Questions?
I'd love to know if you've used it for any marketing purposes and what you've seen from that, if you have.
Canva. Okay. Let me find where did okay, so Canva is capable of generating some amazing content. So I've got a new product coming out for Brain Surge called Party On. Okay. I asked it for a background of a bunch of college kids partying. This is the image it came up with. I said, put my tagline in there, no more hangovers. It put that on there. I dropped in Party On, and it's got a link. So this is ready to be posted out to Instagram, LinkedIn, and I did this it took me about 5 minutes. I mean, that's the kind of time savings we're talking about in this project. I did another one that has an animation. I just looked at
accessing it, like when you are doing that. Oh, show us, and then I'm just curious, how is that like an AI, like how you get the AI to generate it within Canva?
So
I
the
use
AI,
it, but I've never.
absolutely. So the AI is all based in the search templates. Okay. So when you start with a template design, give me a business flyer. Okay. Generates here's all the business flyers. You pull one out. Let's new page, right? And then you can put your dialogue, your content right in here. It's ready. Change this business. Let's say this is an AI conference. The word conference is on there. Let's say this is Chad's AI conference. I put in a date and I save that, and I can post that to any social media account. I mean, that's kind of how fast this stuff can be generated. If you're looking for specific elements, I'm looking for like earlier I said, I was looking for a party, college kids partying, party, spell, right? So okay, not quite what I was looking for video wise. They won't be drinking, right? But that's it didn't quite get college kids. College students. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. But again, like I said earlier, the prompts matter, right? And understand your AI's limitations. Is Canva free? So Canva does have a free version, and then there's a Canva Plus. I don't have Canva Plus on the one that I just showed you. I actually have two accounts. I have a free account for one, and I have a paid account that I share with my wife, which is kind of nice because you can separate them out by user, and then my wife has a business, Manuscript Maven, where she's a book editor, and then I can look at mine for Brain Surge, and keeps the content separate. But the Canva Plus, I think it's $20 a month. It's Canva Pro.
It's about 120 a year.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my wife is actually on the call, so there you go. We have Canva video on our video resources on Chamber's website if you want. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Ashley just posted. We do have. We actually. This was a Canva class that Deb and I both took, and she was nice enough to do a Canva presentation. So that video is available on the Chamber's website if you want a detailed lesson on how to do that. Any other questions? We're a little bit over, so I apologize. I'll turn it back to Ashley.
No, you're good. Thank you so much, Chad. And I had somebody reach out to me. Would you be willing to share this presentation with me so I can share it with the people that joined our call?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect. Because I know you talked a lot about different platforms, and so I'm sure a lot of people want to know what best platforms you recommend. But yeah, no, thank you all for coming, and thanks, Chad, again for doing this presentation for us.
Thanks for having me.